Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Samp&Chance Boxing. I'm your host, Bobby Sampson. This is my man with the master plan, Mr. Chance Michaels. Chance, how are you doing, buddy?
Doing pretty good. Yourself?
Can't complain, man. It's kind of ironic. I'm wearing the hat of the team that won the cup last in Canada, and you're wearing the hat of the team that had two shots at it, brother. Let's talk about that really,
Well,
really
three,
quickly.
three and two. They had one in 2007. So they lost three the last three times they've been there.
Yeah. What do you make of this breakdown? Really quickly. And again, I mean, I have my
Florida,
theories, but
Florida, Florida's a better team. They're hard. They're more hardworking. Our defense was very sloppy. Bouchard was pretty bad. A lot of turnovers in the neutral, a lot of turnovers in the neutral zone, which led to breakaways and goals. Bad goaltending. And let's be honest, McDavid and Draisaitl didn't show up. I know Draisaitl had that one overtime goal. Other than that, they were pretty much non-existent. McDavid had one goal, didn't matter, it was in garbage time. Marchand, Bennett, and Kachuk schooled those guys.
crazy.
Marchand is
And
five
just
foot
think,
eight. Marchand is 5'8", 37 years old,
right. And to think,
outperforming guys 10 years younger than him.
and this is Florida's third consecutive trip to the Cup as well. So
And they
you
won
figured,
too.
and you figured they'd be dead tired right now. But that
They
being
work too
said,
hard. They
yeah,
have the mindset of no matter what, we can come back and win. We're bigger, stronger, and faster than you guys. We got better goaltending. And the Oilers just made too many mistakes. Guys like Evander Kane, I'm glad he's gone. He takes too many stupid penalties. He kind of wore his welcome. Nurse made some bad
well,
penalties
he's
and just
coming here. It makes
sloppy
no
play.
sense.
He's actually not a very good guy. If you look at actually what he's done in his personal life, he's not a
Well,
very good guy.
no, for sure. But now I understand Vancouver picked him up.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, I'm glad we got rid of him because we're clearing up cap space to sign Bouchard. So he freed 5 million off the books. I mean, Kane's getting older now. He's mid 30s. He's long in the tooth. He
Sure.
does have some games where he'll hit and he'll bang, and he is a tough guy, but he's not worth 5 million anymore.
Yeah, fair enough, man. Talking about hitting and banging, we got a crazy weekend of hitting and banging coming up here, man. It all starts Friday with DeontayWilder. He takes the ring after almost a year absence, right? And then this weekend we got Chavez and we got Jake Paul versus Chavez coming up as well. We got Christian Mbilli happening this weekend as well out of Canada. That fight is exciting. But let's talk about Wilder Hurt on first, man. I know you broke it down on X, but your initial thoughts on this fight? Me personally, it feels like this is not a comeback, for me, because he never retired. A comeback is someone who retires. So, I don't consider Deontay fighting here as a comeback. But what Deontay do you expect, man? Because I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to expect from this guy. Just he's so cryptic in all his messages and the way he talks. We got the 43 4-1 for Deontay Wilder, 24-5 for Herdon. I don't know. These guys are close in age. Definitely Deontay's got the height advantage at 6'7". He's got the reach advantage as well. Both are orthodox. Break it down, bro. What do you think?
Well, the reason why some people are calling it a comeback fight is because he hasn't fought in a year and his career's been in the toilet. So they're giving him to Rail Hendon as a tune-up fight. I expect him to knock him out in with under 4 rounds while they're to knock him out. And then that'll catapult him back up into a bigger fight. Maybe Joshua. The public is kind of losing interest on that. But he'll fight a bigger known name. I mean, Terrell Hendon is not a big known name. This is a tune-up fight supposedly for a Wilder, but like you said, we don't know what Wilder are getting. His legs are completely shot. He doesn't have much left, but he still strength never goes. His reflexes are shot, his legs are shot, but he still has that deadly, deadly right hand. If you've been watching the training, you can see how hard he's hitting the pads. It's still there. So I think Wilder will prove the critics right. He's a heavy favorite. I think he's like a minus 500 favorite, and I expect him to knock out Trell Hendon within 4 rounds. I think it's an easy fight for him.
You think so? Oh, yeah, 4 or 5 rounds? Well,
Especially
I
because
mean,
Terrell's been knocked out those last few fights too. I know Zhang beat him last time he fought. He
yeah,
got rocked, but
yeah.
I mean Wilder's a better fighter, better caliber. I think he's got a few fights left, but he'll never win against a top caliber opponent again. I don't think, but he can beat up these kind of guys all day.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think so as well. But keep in mind, Heron is coming off 3 victories himself, right? So he's got the momentum with him a little bit going into this fight. He has been a bit more active as well. I really think we'll really get the answers by the second round here once we see what kind of form he's in, right? I mean, Deontay, I think his best asset in this fight will have to be his jab. He has to work behind that jab. If he doesn't, he's in trouble, I think.
I think he's gonna. I think Wilder's gonna come out and try to maul him the first few rounds, go all over him, try to finish him. I
But
don't
see,
think
that's
this
the
fight goes
problem.
past 4 rounds.
Well, let's see. I'm gonna go 6-7. I think it's just gonna take a little bit of time, and I think it's just gonna. I mean, with the same result, but I think it's gonna take a little time. I'm gonna go 5-6 with this one.
I got it under 4 Wilder TKO. I think he's going to brutally, brutally stop him.
Fair enough, man. All right, well, that's Friday night. So let's move on to Saturday night. But before we go on to the Jake Paul Chavez fight, let's talk about Christian Mbilli against Sulecki. How do you pronounce his last
Sulecki.
name? Sulecki. Thank you very much. This is going to be an interesting fight. I don't think this is easy as many people think it is going to be for Mbilli. Mbilli's power, yes, it's there, but Sulecki has shown, and in his last fight when he beat Amr, who what did he beat? It was a surprise victory there in his last victory against Amr
Yeah, Akamadov. Yeah.
Akagamidov, right? And so this guy can show that he can take the power punches and stuff like that. What angle is Mbilli going to have to take on this, man? Like, I mean, he prides himself on his power, but this Sulecki has shown that he can take that power. Where do you see it?
Mbilli's going to rely on his speed, his youth, his athleticism, and the will to win. It won't be an easy fight for Mbilli. So, like, he's been in there with better caliber opponents. This is the best opponent Mbilli's ever been in the ring with.
Yeah.
Sulecki is ranked too. I think he's ranked number 9 by WBC, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
But will not be an easy fight. He's fought power punchers before. Maybe guys that even hit harder than Mbilli, possibly. We don't know because Mbilli's never been there with a top fighter yet. Now he's fighting a ranked guy for the first time, but Mbilli will still win. I think Mbilli will stop him late, round 9, round 10.
Okay.
But Sulecki is no joke, and he's
no joke.
he's much older, but he's a game fighter, and he's going to make it very, very tough for Mbilli. And if Mbilli can do whatever he expects him to do, it'll catapult him into maybe a main event fight.
All right. So just to piggyback off that a little bit, he is ranked number 7 by the WBC.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I knew he was top
10. He's not ranked by IBF. He's not ranked by the WBO, the WBA, or the Ring magazine. Mbilli, number 1 for the Ring, number 1 for the WBC. Just some quick numbers here on these guys. Mbilli, age 30, Sulecki, 36. This is the interesting thing, man. 5'9".
I mean, Mbilli is, we say youth, but he is a little bit older than people think he is. He's kind of coming into his own late. He's already 30.
Yeah, he's a late bloomer, man. He comes into the fight, Mbilli, at 5'9" to the 6'1" Sulecki, who has that height advantage here. But this is the interesting thing, man. Mbilli has giant arms. This guy's got 72-inch reach compared to Sulecki, who's sitting at 68.1. He kind of has a Tyrannosaurus Rex, a T-Rex kind of arm. So that's going to be kind of interesting. Both orthodox, right? So this is kind of, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this fight. You're saying I think it's going to go the distance. Personally, with Mbilli winning, I don't think, it's going to be as easy. And if he catches him, this guy can take the shot. That's the thing. Now, can he take Mbilli's power? That's going to be the question, right? So we'll find that out early on.
He'll be able to take Mbilli's power because I don't know if he'll be able to take it the whole fight. Early on, he'll be able to because he's fought guys as strong as Mbilli. But I just think Mbilli's too quick, too strong. 6-year age gap. He's more fresh. Sulecki's been in more wars, longer fights. So, I mean, this is all tuned up for Mbilli to come out there, showcase himself, and finally catapult himself into the upper echelon. Although he's ranked high, he hasn't fought high-ranking opponents yet. This will catapult him.
And you think about, super middleweights, this guy's name is never brought up in anything. You know what I mean? Like he's quietly, regardless
stuck in Montreal,
he's quietly building the resume. And I like that about him, right? I mean, he's from France, but he fights out of Montreal. Yes.
Yeah.
But I think, in his last fight against Herdon, he looked good, but he did have some issues there.
We pulled it off, though.
He pulled it off, but this is even harder competition. So I hope
fight Mbilli's ever had.
Yeah, so I hope he learns from this experience. I hope he's able to kind of, pick up whatever he had to pick up from that last fight to get here. And let's hope for the best, man. Go Team Canada. So you're saying what?
Mbilli round 9.
Round 9. And this is the prediction that you made. And this is the prediction you made for the show for the boxing red corner, right? Okay. I'm going to go the distance on this one, man. I think we're going to get a full 12 out of this.
Never know. It's going to be fun.
Let us go to the fun fight of the night, man. This is the one that most people will probably be tuning into because it's the name, Jake Paul. Jake Paul Jr. Pardon me. going up against Julio Chavez Jr. here, man. Is this a joke or is this a legit fight in your opinion?
It's a legit fight. I mean, Chavez Jr. has been a world champion. He's fought in some tough opponents. He's 3-3 in his last 6 fights. So I mean, he is 39. Jake is 28. There's a big age gap there.
Mhm.
But Chavez is a former champion. He is the real deal. Is he a A+ fighter? No. Chavez Jr. No. Is he like his dad? No. Does his dad get disappointed in some of his efforts when he quits,
Yep.
does cocaine,
Yep.
comes in out of shape? But this is a big chance for Chavez Jr. First of all, it's the biggest payday he's ever made.
Yep.
So he's been calling out Jake Paul for a while. They've been going back and forth on X and Instagram or wherever they're going at it. Jake's way younger, he's stronger, he's quicker. Jake's gonna beat him. Everybody on our boxing show had Paul winning via decision. I got him winning knockout. I think round 8, round 9. Jake's gonna stop him. Chavez is, like you said, he hasn't. If you watch his last 6 fights, he doesn't look very good at all. He's 3-3. He thinks he's respecting Jake's power, but he doesn't think Jake's a skilled boxer. Chavez may know more about boxing. That sounds great, but when you got 11 years age gap and you're kind of a shot fighter and you go against a young, hungry lion, it makes a big difference. So I got Jake Paul winning via TKO, but it's going to be a fun fight. And Paul brings the casual fans to the fight. People are talking about the hype fight. It's the most hype fight of the weekend. Even though there's better fighters fighting, this is the most hype fight. So
Well, it's the name. It's the name, right?
exactly, that's what
it's
people want.
it's what everybody wants to hear is the name, the name, the name. Um, we talk about experience and this and that, but I mean, Jake is the both guys are 6'1" coming into this fight. I mean, the biggest discrepancy will be the reach, where Jake has a 4-inch reach advantage, sitting at 76 inches to that of Chavez at 72. Both orthodox again, so we're getting a lot of orthodox style this weekend, eh? Uh,
Mhm.
really interesting here. 54 wins to his 11. I mean, they got to count for something, and in terms of
Yeah, I know
experience,
he's got way more
whatnot.
experience. He knows the
But
game of
39
fighting.
to 28, that 11-year age gap is pretty big. Now, these guys are not ranked by any organization.
If Jake wins this fight, he's going to get ranked. That's why he's doing it.
Right, right. So if he gets ranked, do you think he deserves a shot at Badu Jack right away? Is that fair?
It'll happen. I don't know if he deserves it. It'll happen because Badu Jack wants to make money. Badu Jack's what, 41 now,
This is
so
his last.
so he wants to fight Jake Paul. So yeah, he'll get the title shot. Even does he deserve it? Probably not.
But do you
But he's
think?
going to
Okay,
get it.
so I guess we're looking past that. Okay, so you're saying Jake and what? How many rounds is this fight? 8, 10?
No, it's a 10-round fight.
It's a 10-round fight. Okay, so this is Jake's first 10-rounder then.
Yeah. I believe it's 10 rounds. It might be 12, but it's definitely over 8. It's definitely 10 or 12. I can't remember now.
Interesting.
But Jake's going to stop him round 8, round 9. You got to remember, they both fought Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva beat Chavez Jr. Jake beat Anderson Silva.
I get that. I get that completely. You know what? I mean, Jake is probably going to win, but you know what? I just have a feeling this again. I'm going to be decision man. I think that's going to go the full distance again. Just based on Jake's prior performance against boxers per se. But then again, Jake's come a long way in terms of his ability and whatnot. His jab is powerful, man. He reminds me a lot of a DeontayWilder in this fight. He's just got to work behind his jab and wait for that right hand to open up and give him that opportunity that he needs, right? I think that's what it's going to come down to. Chavez is going to have to make a mistake, which won't probably be too hard for him to do.
He's going to make plenty of mistakes.
Right. So if Jake boxing acumen and his actual intelligence behind it, shit, man. You know what, Jake? Yeah, I'm gonna go with you, man. I think Jake Paul in 9-10. Yeah,
I think so.
I think so too. Just breaking it down in my mind and watching it, I think it's really gonna come down to footwork and stuff. And how, but again, here's the other part: who's got the greater gas tank though? Because Jake gas is out.
Paul's way younger, so you got to get the edge to Paul.
Right. But in terms of maintaining it and doing it right, like balancing yourself.
Yeah, I'll give it to Paul. You got to go with you always take youth and cardio.
Okay, so we're both on agreement here. Jake Paul in 9-10.
Yep.
All right, man.
Absolutely.
Look, there's a lot.
I wouldn't be surprised if it goes quicker than that.
Yeah. Holly Holmes is on this card as well. Also, we have Zerto on this card as well. So this card's pretty good.
Lloyd Schofield's on the card.
Yeah, Schofield and that's going to be a good fight as well. Do you want to talk about that really quick or?
Yeah, break it down. Read them out. What's it about? We'll break it down.
All right, so we got Tevin Farmer against Schofield. Um, Right here, I'm looking for my notes here, and I have lost my notes, my friend. This is what happens when we're doing live. Arg. All right, while I'm looking that up, why don't you tell us about it? What do you have on this fight? And what are you seeing?
Well, Floyd Schofield's undefeated. He's going up against Tevin Farmer, who has way more experience than him. Floyd is an up and comer. He's
Yeah.
18-0. I think he has 7 KOs. I can't remember the exact number. I broke it down, all the numbers on X. We're gonna see a good fight here. Schofield, he's not. I don't know if we're overhyping him or not. Last fight I watched, he looked good. I don't think he looked that amazing. Um, they're putting up against an experienced veteran here, way more experience. So it's going to make a tough challenge for him. But I see Schofield. He's going to win by. He's going to win by decision, UD and maybe SD, but he's not going to finish Tevin Farmer. He's too much of a game fighter. So I'm going Floyd, the kid. They call him Schofield. He's going to win via decision.
And I agree with you. I think I'm looking at the same way here. And remember, he got sick. He was supposed to fight. He was supposed to fight Shakir, right? In Saudi.
Mm-hmm.
And he got sick and he wasn't able to kind of come into
Yeah.
that fight. So, this is going to be interesting to see how he rebounds and comes back to this because, I mean, if it's a step down in competition from who he was supposed to fight to what he's fighting now. Nothing against Tevin Farmer, but I am looking for this fight to see what Schofield is all about. And you know what? This is probably the best thing for him, in my opinion. Getting this fight in with Tevin Farmer, building up a bit more of your resume because nobody wanted him to fight Shakir. No one thought that would be good for his career. And I got to admire the kid for
Why?
wanting.
Shakur's not going to knock anybody or hurt anybody. So if he lost, it would have been like a SD. That would have been fine for him. He would have, if anything, could have helped him if he would have held Shakur to lost a close decision because Shakur's not knocking anybody out.
No, and I agree with you completely. But at the same time, because he's so young, you don't want to have, well, maybe losing at early age is better than them losing,
Yeah, and if
later
you use a
on,
decision,
right?
it's not the end of the world.
All right. Well, you know what? I got Schofield here. I'm
Yeah,
gonna call
Schofield's
you.
going to win by decision.
Yeah, same here. I got him by decision as well. Guys, great fight weekend, man. It's either really, really quiet, nothing going on, or it's just way too much stuff. And how do you divide your time up?
Yeah, lots of good fights.
Right. But most of the fights are happening in our time zone too. That's the thing. We're not really having to, dip out to Europe or anything to watch these fights. I mean, we
Mm.
got Deontay on Friday night, and then we got these guys. We got the Chavez fight on Saturday night. We got Mbilli on Saturday night. We got UFC's 317 on Saturday night. We got Night of Champions I guess the one thing we're going to get during the day is Night of Champions from
Mm.
Saudi Arabia. And other than that, that's about it, man. I mean, all right. I think we covered them all, bro.
Well, there's too many to cover, but we covered some of the ones. Yeah.
Well, we covered the ones that kind of made any kind of news, I guess.
Mm.
But again, Holly Holm is fighting this weekend is again, and we have a Canadian heavyweight on the card as well.
Yep, Ricardo Brown's fighting.
Carter Brown is fighting this weekend as well. Looking forward to see what he can do. Really excited.
He's a big, big underdog on this fight. I actually picked him in the boxing league prediction show just as more of a hometown pick. He's a
sure,
huge, huge underdog here, so we can see if he can pull it off. John Pascal, 42 years old, is fighting this weekend too.
right.
He doesn't stop, keeps going. It's getting a little long in the tooth, but he's an all-time top 10 Canadian fighter of all time, and he's been in there with Kovalev and Hopkins and Carl Froch, and
You
yeah,
want to talk
so
about a guy
fun
who's
to watch
fought all
him.
the big names, right? That's him.
And when they fight, they always fight him in Montreal. They fight him in this not anymore. He's not a stadium fighter anymore, but he fought Kovalev,
Yeah,
Hopkins, all
yeah.
fought him at the Bell Center, right? Because they make big money there.
No, for sure, for sure, for sure. All right, brother man. Anything happened in the world of boxing? Oh, you know what? Let's talk about Brian Norman really quickly and that scary knockout. We talked about it a little bit
Yeah, it's
before, but
crazy.
isn't we lost chance. Mr. Michaels, where'd you go?
No, I'm right here, buddy.
Oh, okay, we can't see you though. You have well, there you are. Hey, buddy, there's that pretty face. All right, so here's my question. We already know the outcome. We know how bad that knockout was. is it wise to put these kind of guys in the ring with such power hitters, man? Like we saw the result of it. Like it was scary.
Yeah, it's wise. I mean, this guy's a professional fighter. He's been trained his whole life. He wants to go in there. You know the risks. It could happen to anybody. That could have happened to Norman. You know,
Yeah.
put your guard down. You get caught. You go to sleep. So yeah, if you want to, you're a grown man and you sign the contract. And you're being paid to fight. You know the risks of it prior to it, and if you agree to fight, it's a dangerous sport, man. You don't play around with it. Um, so yeah, I'm totally fine with it. It's a brutal knockout. It was vicious. But he knew, you always know the risk. That could have happened to Norman. Norman would have kept his hands down and lunged forward, and Buddy would have caught him in the right spot. Could have happened to anybody in the fight. So yeah, it's you want to fight, you sign the dotted line, and you're cleared by the doctors. I'm all for it.
Brian Norman, Devin Haney, tentatively. What do you think?
I don't enjoy watching Haney. He's a boring fighter. Don't
Yeah,
like
but a
him. Don't
guy,
like his
well,
dad.
after what we just saw Brian Norman do, this should be interesting now.
Well, Haney's a way better fighter, way better defensively, way more slick. But yeah, it'd be cool if he could, if Norman could fight him and beat him and catapult himself up the
Well, who would
top
you
of the
say
line.
has more power, Garcia or Norman?
Garcia, if he's on the juice, if he's not, no. Norman's got more
Norman
power.
and Haney has proven he's got no chin.
Yeah, I know.
So
But
I
he
don't
did
know.
he did get knocked out by a juiced up Garcia, but yes.
But so that being saying though, if Norman is not on the juice and his power is legit, and Haney doesn't have a chin, this could be an interesting fight. I'm actually curious now.
Yeah, it'd be cool. It'd be good for Norman to get a big payday. It'll get his name on the mainstream. His name's not mainstream. This will make him mainstream. So sky's the limit for Norman as far as that's concerned.
Yeah, yeah. And as far as Deontay Wilder, even if he wins this fight, I don't know if that Joshua fight's the first one they're looking at. I think they want to make the Joshua Fury fight.
Fury says he's retired again, so I don't know if it's ever going to happen. Who knows?
This guy got to go back and forth, man. Make up your mind, son. Did you realize he was the number 3 top paid athlete of the year of 2025?
Yeah, he makes a lot of money, man, because he does a lot of numbers, right? He's made so much money, he doesn't need to fight anymore, right?
He made $146 million in the year. 2 fights.
You're doing pretty damn good. And his endorsements and stuff too, but yeah.
Right. But still, those fights alone. $146 million, man.
And that's why people wondering why he doesn't want to fight. He doesn't need to fight anymore. He's never going to win the belts again, so what's the point? That's how he sees it, right?
Well, look, what's the point? If you've made the money he's made, you invest it properly, you carry on with your life, and you're healthy, you're okay. He's already got mental health issues. Why compound them with more shots to the head?
Exactly. And fighting Joshua, it doesn't really mean anything. It just means nobody cares about that fight over here. For me in England, yeah, who's the king of England? But these guys are getting on in their late 30s now.
Well, look, we're opening the door to the new generation. Dubois is now becoming the veteran, ironically enough, with Moses Atami in the wings. You got Wardley, do you want to throw Jared Anderson in that mix as well? You know what I mean? Like,
it might be Usyk's last fight. He hasn't said that for sure, but he's at 38 now, 39, right? He's not going to keep going forever.
He's getting up there as well, and it's kind of curious now because he's parted way with his promoter, long-time promoter. So this is an interesting dynamic as well ahead. I don't think that plays any role in his preparation or
no, that'd be fine
or anything like that. But it is newsworthy nonetheless. We'll talk about that a little bit more next week. But yeah, let's wrap this baby up. Anything in the world of Canadian or
what I'm going to
say boxing?
There's nothing really significant in the world of Canadian boxing. What I'm going to say though is everybody should go watch some John Pascal fights. Go watch him when he fought Kovalev, and go watch him fight Carl Froch in 2008.
Yeah,
and you see him in his prime, and he's pretty impressive.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, brother, man. I tell you what, the weekend is upon us, man. So let's embrace it. Let's love it. It's Canada Day long weekend, I guess, to a certain extent. It's on. You gotta hate it when the holidays fall on a weekday.
Well, Monday's a regular day, so it's not a long weekend until the holiday. So it's kind of
no, that's what I'm saying. It's like right in the middle. It's like one of those shitty days where you go to work Monday, but you get Tuesday off, but then you got to go back to work on Wednesday. So it's just kind of a weird one. But hey, I think a lot of people take the Monday off and extend their weekend, right? So a lot of people are taking the Friday or the Monday off.
Yeah, make a real long weekend. Yeah.
So it's a 4-day weekend for most people, anyways. 5-day weekend, right? Yeah. So let's enjoy it. So it's Happy Canada Day to everyone out here in the great red and white. I guess I don't know. So enjoy the time, enjoy your family, be close to your loved ones, and just be safe. That's all we ask you guys. It's the summertime, right? It's just drink, be merry, do your thing, enjoy the barbecue, but just be safe about everything. That's all I have to ask. Nothing more.
Yeah.
Also, on that note, I'm Bobby Sampson. He's Mr. Chance Michaels.
And in the words of the great AC/DC, those that download, like, and subscribe to the podcast, we
We
salute you.
do salute you. And guys and gals, guys, work hard, have faith and patience, and believe in yourself. If no one else believes in you, that's okay. There's other people out there who do believe in you. And you know what? It's not about proving anyone wrong. It's not about proving anything to anybody. You just got to prove it to yourself. And that's all that matters. So don't let the naysayers get in your face. Don't let anyone bother you. And just keep going after your goals and dreams, man. That's all we have to say to you. Samp&Chance, have a great weekend. We'll talk to you guys on Tuesday.